Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bird's Eye View. I am Mr. Crow. I almost said I'm the War Duck.
No.
I'm Mr. Crow, and I'm here with War Duck.
Hello.
Sometimes we just try to pretend we're someone else. I mean, who doesn't do that? Which brings up another one of our topics that we're talking about.
That slides right in there. That's good.
That slides right in there. So this is another one of our topics for our social media week awareness. We're going to be talking about how the social media is basically becoming one of the biggest frauds or is it frauds? Biggest areas for scammers to start shopping. That's how we should do it. It's their shopping areas, which is I find very interesting as I read through this, because growing up, I'm going to say 20 years ago, I was kind of the IT guy where my parents, my grandparents, and my aunts and uncles, they're like, oh, how do I use the computer? How do I get this? How do I make sure that I don't get malware and all that? And they were becoming the targeted people. And now we're getting this awareness that it's on social media, which I find is interesting because that's definitely not the same age group. Like we're the ones, Duck. I'm feeling like we're the ones that are being targeted now.
So this was really...
And even young.
This was incredibly crazy, scary numbers that I like.
Oh, yeah.
When I was like, oh, yeah, but to read the amount of money, I was like, holy... Because
and where?
Yeah, okay. So in 2017... It was 42 million, which is a jaw-dropping number. 42 million. That's a lot of flipping money that people were getting off scams.
A lot of scamming in 4 years ago, 2017.
But in 2021, what is it, Mr. Crow?
$770 million. $750
million in scams.
That is, if this was a business... Like, I would be throwing money in this and investing in this company.
What's interesting,
its growth is amazing.
What's interesting is these fit into basically three main categories is all of the fraud. Three main categories. Now, ask yourself, what are the top three categories of scammers? What do you think?
So I'm an older... So I'm going to throw out the ones that came to my mind and that come to my mind, and I'm not going to guarantee you that they're on this list. But I think of email scams. I think of what was the one where you're like, oh, I'm the prince of Ambwabwa.
Yeah, you got some retirement, or your relative died and left you a whole bunch of money.
And then I'm also thinking possibly a credit card scam where they're trying to get you to apply. Those are the only two I can think of.
So
no, that's all I can think of.
Yeah, to me it's like the shopping one, right? Like you're gonna buy something, or it's the warranty. Those are the two that I think of.
The warranty, that's a good one.
But they broke this down to 37% investment scam. And the one that really blew me away was the 24% romance scam. That blew me away.
People are looking for some romance out there, even though they keep even though we're saying, hey, stay back, keep your distance. And I don't like you because of this reason and that reason.
Right? Like, so that's the whole thing is the pandemic drove everybody indoors. Now they can't even date, right?
Nope.
So they turn to online dating. Well, the problem with that is a lot of people getting catfished, and 24% of all of those frauds are people scamming you out of money. That's insane. That's insane.
And I don't even know how I would go around doing that. I'm just not my realm.
I know we've been sexting the last week, but can you send me $100 so I can buy some nice lingerie to show you or something? I don't know.
I guess.
I don't know. Like, but like, and to be honest, I'm guessing that 90% of these 24% of people that scammed are 40 and over.
Yes. That's it. That's exactly what I was saying is I feel like we're now the targeted group. We're that age group now that people are now starting to you're probably like you said, we can't get out, it's hard to find dates, and we're probably it's that age group. They're divorced, they're widowed, maybe even, and they're vulnerable at that time. And I'm going to say it's male and female. It's
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever you want
I'm
to
sure it's
she,
both.
whatever you want to.
I'm sure it's more dudes, but I'm sure it's both.
Yeah.
Because I
Wow.
mean, okay, not necessarily, because there's a lot of, for a lack of a, I apologize in advance, but for a lack of better term, desperate older women out there that simply because of their age, find it harder to date. Because at some point, it doesn't matter what you look like, people see that age and they just are going to avoid you. So I don't know, maybe it's balanced. Anyway, so 61% of online social media fraud is investment scams, people looking to have more money, which is also cryptocurrency mostly, by the way.
Crypto. Yep. I'm going to say, yeah.
Just so you know. And romance scam makes up 61%. 27% is other frauds, so I don't know what that means. But
yeah, probably I'm going to
like
say
the other stuff that we had talked about or guessed before. And then 14% is the shopping stuff where you go to buy something and then it never shows up, and they're like, "Ha ha, got your money." But they do talk in here about how it's the cryptocurrency has been driving a lot of the investment scams and stuff like that. But that's a scary number. $750 million is a scary number.
That's a large amount. Yeah. I'm going to say probably within the next 2 years, that's going to be almost $1 billion. Unless people start becoming smarter. That's going to be $1 billion real soon.
People becoming smarter, I think, is a tall order.
I don't think it's no offense to you watching this show. I don't think people are going to be that smart. It takes too long.
Well, the thing is
they change.
I think 100% of the time. Okay, 99% of the. I think 99% of the time, investment scam and romance scam come from desperation.
Yes.
Because I don't see I don't have to invest, but I think I might invest. Let me do my homework. You ain't getting scammed.
Yeah.
But it's hey, give us $100 and we'll give you $10,000 in 3 months with this surefire investment. We've done this multiple times over and over again. Ponzi scheme kind of thinking, where they're like, oh, okay, well, instead of $100, how about I give you $1,000? Right. Yep. And now I have 100,000, and I think that's how people get caught up and like, oh, this cryptocurrency, it's already showing growth and it's going to be 15 times, in here in just few. So if you just invest just a little bit, you're going to get your money back and way more. And so people are like, oh, okay. And then it's not even real, or I don't know. I don't know anything about cryptocurrency really, so I just stay away from it because it's just...
I've stayed away.
It's a foreign thing to me, and I don't want to be one of these people that is a statistic on getting got, so I just don't. Like, I just not getting involved with it because it's so... Even, like, countries are like, I don't know if we should ban it, I don't know if we should include it, we better regulate it, and so they don't even know what the hell they're doing with it.
It's too new, and I felt it for me. I can't follow it fast enough and understand it. It's still a Wild West, I guess. It would be a way for me to explain it.
It took me.
I don't know how to regulate it.
It took me until the pandemic crash to finally actually invest in the stock market. And I was like, oh, you're giving me stimulus money? okay, I didn't count on this money. I don't really, act like it's mine. So let me just invest it. And if I lose it all, then whatever. It didn't matter to me.
Yeah.
It wasn't counting on it. And it took me that long just to get into the stock market. And, I just
I'm
bought
still
some
not
stuff
even in the stock
and I
market.
just left it because like, I remember for myself, like money has been difficult to get. Everything that I have gained, I felt has been difficult to earn coming from Blue Light Special Kmart shopping for school stuff.
I'm
right?
glad I'm not the only one. Yes.
I remember in the late 80s, spandex was the biggest fad in the world.
Yep.
Well, we couldn't afford spandex shorts. So my mom, bless her heart, went down, bought some spandex, and made us spandex shorts so we weren't left out.
See, I remember, like Reebok and the Nike and all that.
I never had Nikes until I was in the military and bought them myself.
I think I bought mine myself, but yeah, I used to have Payless shoes. It's what my mom could afford, and
Yep.
I remember I used to get made fun of it. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you wear. Yeah,
The tracks or the kangaroos. Remember the kangaroos?
yeah, yeah. Like I was so like to this day, I still look at Champion and I'm like, oh, I remember those memories.
Yeah.
And yet kids love them now, and I'm like, how many bloody bloody noses and black eyes I've had because of
Or
Champion.
ripped shirts because people were just, you can't afford your clothes. It's like, yeah. So like,
I
I don't know. This is such a scary number, 770 million. And the baby boomers are only getting older and more susceptible to scams like this. And and what blows me away is I guess that this is on social media is really, I guess the point. This isn't like people cold calling scams, right? This is social media scams.
Yeah, this is out in your face.
Yeah.
Like this is we're going to see people getting more from Facebook.
So if you watched our last video, we talked about Snapchat and social media stopping people from buying drugs. Why are they not stopping this?
Very true. I didn't even think about that.
Because
they're
people
stopping
aren't
drugs,
dying?
but why are they not paying attention to this?
Because $750 million, I guarantee there were some people that decided no, they couldn't continue with themselves after losing everything.
Oh yeah.
To me, this is larger than some countries' gross domestic product.
Mm-hmm.
And that's coming from social media, and apparently social media is not doing anything about it.
No.
And I guess the question is why? Why isn't social media doing? Because you can't tell me that you can't stop this. This has to be easier than stopping drugs.
Yeah, you'd think so. The only thing that this whatever story gave about it was just recommendations from the FTC. Limit who can see your stuff. Limit this, limit that. Be aware, be cautious. And
but that's you.
Why are they not going the next route?
But that's you taking your precautions, right? And that's the problem. And people are desperate. People are desperate, and they're the ones getting caught with these relationship romance scams or investment scams. But to me, those seem like the easiest ones to stop. How do you not have to be vested to put these out there, right? On social media.
Heck, and I've seen so many ads on YouTube and all that too of like, here I am getting out of my big fancy car and I'm getting into my fancy office. Help me, or I'll help you invest and do this. I'm like, why are those ads okay?
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. Maybe they're legit. I don't know.
Maybe they're. Well, see, that's the thing is like, if you're not like, how do you like? Okay, all these blue check marks, right? Like people that can fact checkers and all these blue check marks, right? How does that not similar?
Yeah.
Unless you have a business license that's been, that social media can check, you shouldn't be able to advertise that kind of stuff.
No.
It's
agree.
different if you say, hey, I'm selling this one pickup out in my front yard that I used. Okay, fine. You don't need a business license or anything for that. But if you're talking about investments or something, that needs to be verified. And how are these romance things? Like, I guess I don't know. Like,
I don't understand the romance.
Is it somebody random just friending somebody and then starting up a conversation? Like, because
I don't even know how. Like, I am so glad I'm married because I don't even know how to even start. Like, I'm like, I don't even know where to start with that.
But it seems like you would have to verify some information to get a handle or whatever they're calling them nowadays. Like, I don't know.
And then on top of that, where you're gonna have to put this into a bank account of some sort, right?
If you're on an online relationship and you've never met the person face to face, don't be giving them money, please.
Don't give them money.
And even after you met them face to face, take that money that they want, go down to the police station, and ask them to run a background check. That money would be then well invested.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy. I'm trying. Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, protect your parents. If they're single, don't let them get got by romance scams. That's not nice. So
yeah, just it all comes down to what we always say at the end of our videos all the time. Be safe and be smart, people. And help your friends and family. Make sure that they're safe as well.
95,000 people lost millions to fraud. That's even worse. 95,000 people and it was 770 million. What is that? That's God. What's that average? I don't even.
You said it's 95,000 people.
Yeah.
I don't even like.
Million. Let me get to the millions here. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
That's $8,000 a person.
Yeah.
God.
That's what, yeah, I was doing the math and I'm like, oh my gosh, this has got to be wrong. Like, who? My wife doesn't even spend $8,000 on me for Christmas.
Well, the problem is that's the average, but I'm guessing like most people were probably under $1,000. And then there was a few that like got big time.
Yeah, the extreme. Let's meet in Europe, and they bought the tickets and everything. And I don't know.
Give me, 40 million to invest, and damn. All right.
Wow.
Don't go find the legitimate sources to invest your money in. If you're gonna get involved in the stock market, get one of these well-known trading places. Don't give anybody money in it. Like, unless you're married, like, I don't see people giving, like, I don't understand why you're giving some random 3 months, 6 months relationship online money, because that's asinine.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
And the shopping fraud, that one's a tough one because I thought, to be honest, I thought I was a victim of that this year. I bought something off Facebook. It was a Halloween mask, and I thought for sure, like, it didn't show up when it was supposed to, and I was like, oh man, I got scammed. And then like I called the people, and then I emailed the people, and then they eventually got it to me. But I thought for sure that I was a victim of the scam. So that's the hard part, is the shopping one. But it was under 40. It was under $40. It was one of those things where I was like, okay, if I get scammed, then I'm an idiot and I lost $40. I didn't lose my house. I didn't lose $100,000. I didn't lose $1,000. $40. Yes, it's a lot, but it was kind of one of those things where I think this is legit. I Googled the company. I believe it's real. So I'm at least at the 75% reality that I think I'm going to that this is legitimate. So like I said, I did a little bit of homework to make myself feel better about just buying something that I'd never heard of the company, right? I did a little bit of Google research, made sure the company was real and stuff like that. But even then, you could still get taken. But just be careful what you're buying. If you're buying large dollar amounts, don't do it online.
See, and I fall under victim. I feel like I'm falling in that victim thing right now because I have tried to buy a shelf that I want to put in my studio right here, right? And put behind me and I want to display things. And I bought it off Amazon because it's out of stock in IKEA locally, and it's been out of stock forever. And they sent it to me. And now granted, this is from Amazon. They sent it to me and it was completely a random wrong thing. Like it was the wrong thing. And I go back and I'm like, no, let's return this.
The driver
I've
got me.
returned it.
The driver's
and
like, oh man, check out the shelf. I'm
This
gonna give
is a
him. I'm
weird-
gonna give him this thing, and I'm taking this shelf home. Yeah, I deliver it. I don't know what
guess.
you're talking about.
Yeah, so I returned it and I asked for them to send to me a new one, and it hasn't come. And I've asked, and then they gave me this thing saying, "Oh, here, did you want to return your other one?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I've already returned it though." I'm like, so supposedly I've returned one thing twice now. And
So your new one got robbed in off the trains in Los Angeles. So
yep, probably.
it's gonna be a little while for that. All right,
And I'm
so
just in the middle of that.
we're running a little long on this one. So be
safe out
aware.
there.
Be aware on
Be-
social media. If you're on social media, be aware. I thank God that I really am not on social media much, but be
Just
careful.
Be careful who you interact with online.
Yeah.
Make sure you know them a little bit. Maybe get to know them a little bit more personally.
And protect your parents, because those are the ones that aren't as internet savvy because they grew up before this was a thing.
Yeah.
And so protect them. Make sure they're not getting involved with this kind of stuff. So,
Yeah, for sure.
all right.
Watch after your loved ones.
Be safe.
Thanks, everyone.
Don't fall for these online scams. Don't forget to leave a comment, and subscribe. Helps us get seen. So with that, though, we are out of here. Much love all. Be safe.
See you later, everyone. Be safe.